evening, my doves. Now, I know that our great leader in red has told us to stay on topic of the revolution, but Grantaire recently did a video about Greek myths, which, if you do not yet know, is a topic that I am incredibly passionate about. And his manner of storytelling was a bit, let's say, off, though it inspired me. So, Storytime lipstick is out. All set. Don't I look fabulous? I'm joking, the glasses are a bit too much, but I need to look my best in order to tell you all about some of the greatest myths retold in the manner of Jean Prouvaire. I have recently purchased this book, and I didn't quite know what I was getting into. It is called Zeus Grants Stupid Wishes, a no bullshit guide to world mythology. And the cover image is a bit dubious, though I decided to go with it. Inside was Grantaire. Consider Greek. The Greeks, dead longer than America has even existed and still invading our lives with their myths. If you drive a car, you may have bought auto parts from Midas. If you listen to internet radio, you may be acquainted with Pandora. If you got late to... It's a bit rude, isn't it? Oh dear. That book had really made me blush. I am, indeed, more innocent than I would prefer, but yes, that implies that it is time to move on to something lighter, a much more poetic myth, for instance. We will still focus on Greek mythology because Greek mythology, as such, is a wonderful prospect of discussion. Mythology in itself, much like religion, has been used often to explain matters that people didn't understand. Science, which had not yet come to power. Philosophy, which is so entwined with religion that it is taught as a similar subject in schools, even nowadays. Storms, the changes of winter from spring, from summer. People needed religion and relied on it for personal and mental safety. Interesting debate. Let me tell you about Narcissus. I enjoy the theme of Narcissus and the myth itself because it has two of my favourite things in it. Number one, flowers, and number two, condoning vanity. I am myself quite vain, but it will lead you nowhere. Or will it? Feel free to discuss this with me. I have never won an argument in my life. In any case, Narcissus was beautiful. He was so beautiful, but terribly picky, and he didn't like much anyone that seemed to be infatuated with him. Therefore, he was single and lonely. But because they didn't own mirrors in his house, for some reason, I can't help but be cynical about these, he ventured out to a river one day, and the pool was so clear and still that he saw himself for the first time, his own reflection, and he fell in love. He fell in love, and he would not leave its side. But all mortal things perish, and so that is how Narcissus perished, at his own side, by the lake, unable to eat or drink, because disturbing the reflection when he dipped his hand into the water would cause him unbearable suffering. There was a nymph as well, Echo, because she was forbidden to talk, I think, and could only repeat other people's sentences, hence Echo. And she had fallen in love with Narcissus as well, and despite being terribly heartbroken and non-corporeal by the point where he died, she still managed to bury him and make him into a flower. Narcissus. Vanity is the moral of this story, and I'm sure every vain person is giving me the death stare right now, so I should probably wrap this video up. Quick last thing. We now have a group YouTube channel, which Andras created in order to stay on topic of the revolution, as I have mentioned before. And, of course, all of us will make personal videos, ramblings, myths, like both me and Grantaire. And that will go on our personal channels, which will not be deleted, but They will stay and they will contain anything that strikes our fancy in videos. However, the main channel will concern itself with introductions from newer cast members and also all sorts of revolutionary stuff. Honduras has some kind of plan, and he is never wrong. We are reverent of Honduras, for he is our leader in red. I must write a poem about... what is my language doing today? I must write a poem about this. Forgive that weird noise. My language does weird things. I think this would be the right time to tell you that I'm not English either, even though my accent says so. I'm Russian. Yes, I shall leave you with that, wondering how this tiny human can manage to speak 2 languages and not get confused. Disclaimer, I do get confused all the time. I should probably go. Yes, this is getting a little too long. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in later episodes.